Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Angela. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. Before I get started, I want to go over my disclaimers. If you are in immediate danger, please call 911 or you can reach out to the domestic hotline at 800-799-SAFE, 800-799-7233. And for mental health resources, reach out to NAMI at 800-950-NAMI, 800-950-6264, and you can also text at 741741. With that being said, please remember to like, subscribe, and share. So today I want to talk about how you notice the emotional abuse within your child. So, yesterday I talked about how you want to protect the kids from being emotionally abused by your ex or their father, especially when they have to go see him, or even the female when, it could be vice versa. The father could have custody and they may have to share the time between the two parents, and the kids have to go see the mother. And women can also be cunning and manipulative to the children to try to get back at the other parent, the father. So some signs you just want to pick up on and make sure you're being mindful. Like I said yesterday, just because you're not in the household when the children leave you and they're with the other parent, you still have to be a parent. So you get a break, but not a break from being a parent. So you have to notice the signs when the child come back to you, and you have to just monitor it. And like I said, the courts can't enforce your parent. Well, they can enforce it, but you have to be mindful to not let them control it. So that's the difference. They can enforce whatever, but you have to be a parent and stick up and make sure that you don't allow your child to be placed in harm's way, and do whatever it takes. So the first thing that I wrote that you will notice is the child will start to be withdrawal, from you. They won't really want to discuss what the weekend was like or how the week was. They'll just start to, be to themselves. That's a form of isolation, how the abuser is going to isolate the child from you. So he's trying to create, or he or she is trying to create distance. So you'll want to watch for that. And then you'll notice that the child, when you do try to have a conversation, they're too afraid to talk about it. You can sense and feel the fear, especially if you're the parent that knows your child and know when something is not right. You can sense and feel that the child is too afraid to talk about what's going on during their visits. And this is emotional abuse, and sometimes if you have a sick person that you had just left, it can turn to sexual abuse or physical abuse. So you really want to watch for these signs. And then number 3, the child will start to display a behavior as humiliating others, talking down to you or his siblings, or having problems at school. So if these things start to occur, you want to be mindful and you want to do something about it. You don't just sit back and let it go. And then number 4, they manipulate the children, or the child, and without telling the child to keep secrets, the kid just know automatically they shouldn't come back and tell the other parent. Things could go on in the home that's just not right, and the child won't say anything because they don't want the other parent to get upset. And the parent that has the child will be saying, well, if your mom or your dad, whichever, knows what's going on, they're not going to let me see you anymore. And so you have to understand that this takes some time, because the parent that doesn't have primary custody of the child is going to make it feel like it's the best time ever. They're going to go do things. It's all about playing, and you're the one that's giving a child structure and discipline. So they're the fun parent. So, they'll easily say, well, if you go back and tell your mom or your dad, whoever has primary custody, what's going on, I won't be able to see you as much, and I already don't see you as much as I would like to anyway. So they plant these little seeds in the children's head and make them feel a certain way, so that a child think that I'm not trying to cause problems. I love both parents, so I just won't tell when the parent is doing something that's not right, and the kid at this time know that it's not right, but it's not harming them per se, but it's something that they shouldn't be doing in front of the kids. So it's not harming them physically, but it is emotionally. And so number 5, now the child is confused. They don't know, because they're battling with what is good and what's bad, and they don't know how to come and just tell you without them thinking that you're going to get upset. So in this case, every time your child comes back to you, you have to reassure them that you're there to help them, and you would never blame them for anything that's going on that they may feel that's not right, and they can talk to you about anything, and you're just there to protect them, to make sure that everything is okay. And you'll be surprised, if you keep telling a child that, it'll help dissolve the confusion. They'll feel that they have this parent that is looking out for everybody, including their other parent, and they'll start telling you things, and when you start hearing these things, this is your time to act. But you have to make sure that you don't allow the child that's bringing this news back to you to you have to make sure that the child doesn't see you react to where you're being angry and going off. You have to be really discreet, because you don't want to lose this child's trust. The manipulator has already planted seeds and made them feel that they can't talk to you, but you want to reassure them that they can. And like I said, the courts don't control you as a parent, so if you see something that's going wrong, that's going bad, don't sit there and keep sending your child back to that. Have a talk with the child. If you can't reason with the ex, then you do whatever it takes to protect the child. It takes time to go back in the court, and if you have to keep going back to the court, then do that. Like I said the other day, take the child to a psychologist. Make sure that you have everything planned for, and you can go to your primary doctor, and they can refer you to someone to speak to. But make sure you don't just leave your kid out there with this person, because what he did to you, what he or she did to you, they have no care. They'll do it to anyone, especially if they're starting to do it to your child. So you want to protect this child, and you don't want to sit back and just let it go, because this child is only going to see them on a weekend, or they only get to spend some of the summer with the kids, or with him, or whatever the case may be. You want to make sure that this child knows that wherever they go, you're always going to be there to protect them. Even though they may not see you, you're always going to be there to protect them. And then number 6, it gets to a point where the children can't take this type of abuse, no type of abuse. It starts to show through sickness. Excuse me. They become nervous, and when things are going bad with a smaller child, they will start to wet the bed again, especially if they have been trained. Then it'll start up again. So you want to start watching for things like this, and you want to make sure that your kid can always come and talk to you about any and everything. So that's how you get the bond as being a parent with a child. You let them know there's nothing that they can say that's going to ever make you feel a certain way about them. You're never going to stop loving them, no matter what they tell you or whatever they're going through. They can always share it with you. When a child feels that they have that trust and a place where they can talk, they will open up. But if they feel that every time they say something to you, you start going off about how the father or the mother is, you start putting that person down in front of them, then they will clam up and they'll stop talking about it. So you have to understand that you may not love this person no more, and the child may have not seen the abuse because it was emotional abuse, but this child still loved both of you all. So you have to be mindful of that, and you have to be very delicate and careful how you speak about the other parent in front of the child. So if you say to the child that that this parent love you, but if things are not right and you feel that things are not right, you have to tell me so we can make sure that they know, because sometimes a child loses their voice. They don't know how to express to their parents what's going on, and so they don't say anything. They just internalize it, and it messes them up. So you want to make sure that you're helping to help your child physically, mentally, and emotionally. You don't want your child growing up being distant and don't know how to deal with things because they have been afraid to talk. You want to be the voice for your child and be able to give them a voice to speak up for themselves. If you know someone that's going through this, please remember to share this video, help as much as you can without placing yourself in harm's way. And like I said, share, subscribe, and like. And I will see you again tomorrow. Tomorrow's my granddaughter's birthday, so I'm not sure what type of video I'm going to put out for tomorrow, but it will be brief. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.